Australia's second largest city, Melbourne, and the rest of the state of Victoria will enter a 5-day lockdown in 2 hours. 18 coronavirus cases have been reported as the outbreak in Sydney spreads. Thousands of contacts of confirmed cases will now be tested.
You only get one chance to go hard and go fast. If you wait, if you hesitate, if you doubt, then you will always be looking back wishing you had done more earlier. I am not prepared to avoid a 5-day lockdown now only to find ourselves in a 5-week or a 5-month lockdown.
People can only leave home for grocery shopping, essential work, or to get vaccinated. They can exercise outdoors, but no more than 5 kilometres from home. Mask wearing is mandatory in all public places. For more on this, Danielle Robertson joins us from Sydney. Danielle, do tell us, people in Melbourne given just a few hours to prepare for this lockdown.
Yeah, and just like that, in less than 2 hours' time, 2 of Australia's biggest cities will be in lockdown. The Delta variant now spreading across 2 states. Millions of residents in Victoria didn't have much time to prepare for their life to be put on pause and for businesses to shut up shop. Now, some grocery stores were quick to put limits on the items that people were allowed to buy, as some people stock up on food and others stock up on fun. There were a few pubs that were packed to the brim, as some saw this as their final hours of freedom after this lockdown was announced. Of course, Victoria is no stranger to lockdowns. This is their 5th since the beginning of the pandemic, but it doesn't make it any easier. And this really all began because of a positive case from New South Wales that travelled to Victoria. Most of the positive cases in Victoria can be linked back to a group of removalists who moved from New South Wales to Victoria while infectious. They did enter a number of homes and were exposed across a number of sites. There was also another family, a group of 4, that travelled from New South Wales to Victoria who also later tested positive, resulting in what we have now, a snap, short, sharp, quick lockdown.
And while Melbourne is going into that lockdown, there are signs that the outbreak in Sydney is stabilising.
Yeah, the Premier today said that it is stabilising, but she did warn that the numbers are still going to go up and down. The main number that she wants to go down is the number of people who are out in the community while infectious, and that number today was above 20, so there's still a long way to go. She wants that to get to 0 before she would even consider easing restrictions here. There are, at the moment, in New South Wales, more than 70 people in hospital due to COVID. 5 of those are on ventilators, and 1 of those people are in their 20s. Now, people here are getting tested, though. There is a high number of testing rates here, which does mean that people are taking it seriously. But as Sydney next week prepares to enter its 4th week of lockdown, fatigue and frustration is really starting to set in now.
All right, thanks for getting us up to speed, Danielle Robertson in Sydney.